so that you can choose what's right for you. You know yourself better than anyone else does. You are unique. You should care about your friends, but you should not choose your friends based on how they manage their menopause. Your friend should not become your enemy simply because they decide on a management option that is not what you would choose. The most loving thing you can do for your friends is direct them to this education. Beyond that, let them choose their own preferred management style. I assure you that the women who attend Menopause University do not all choose the same management options, nor should they, because this is not a club. It's a loving group of women who support one another and learn from one another. But pitting oneself against another is not part of our curriculum. So, to summarize, here's the list of friends and enemies of menopause depending on how they serve your needs. Your friends are the two camps, professionals in the two camps, pharmaceutical and supplement industries, educators and education, and your own friends. The enemies are the two camps, professionals in the two camps, mixed messages from the two camps, pharmaceutical and supplement industries, advertisers and advertising, and your own friends. Do you notice that the only item that is always a friend and never an enemy is education? So embrace all the different camps, professionals, and options as opportunities to find your best solution. And no matter how you choose to do it, I'm here to teach you, support you, and guide you. Like I said at the beginning of this podcast, I'm your friend. If you want one-on-one help with finding your best way to manage your menopause, you can schedule a consultation at menopausetailor.me, because that's what I do with consultations. You know, I always tell women I'm not there to judge them, and they don't have to justify or answer to anybody. How you choose to manage your menopause is your business, and no one's opinion matters but yours. So think about this friend versus enemy dichotomy of menopause, and look around you a little bit. If you start paying attention to how women treat each other when it comes to menopause, it will shock you. Just sit back and watch women interact, and if anyone even utters the word, many of the women kind of shrink and retreat and kind of don't want to even make eye contact with a woman who uttered the word menopause. These things are really, really sad. I mean, when you think about it, how has it come to this? I mean, women talk about everything. Women support each other in so many different ways. But when it comes to menopause, boy, they feed each other to the wolves. It's horrible. And I encourage all women to get this education. But, you know, one of the things I've noticed, and one of the things a lot of the women who get my education tell me, is that they can't believe how few of their friends readily accept their suggestion to get this education. And I tell them that there's a trick to the approach. You know, people don't like to be told what to do. I mean, I don't tell anyone what to do. In fact, I'm pretty worthless, because every time someone says, what do? I ask them about 5 questions that help them answer their own question about what to do. But instead of saying to a woman, you need to do this, you need to get this education, oh, go watch this, oh, you should. Don't do that. These are grown women. Instead, talk about yourself and how little you knew. I mean, if you say to your girlfriends, oh my God, I can't believe I had no idea. I didn't know anything about menopause. I thought I did, but I didn't know a thing. I mean, you know, I've been walking around my reproductive tract for over 50 years, and I didn't know the first thing about it. I had no idea that estrogen is the hormone that's deficient in menopause, and it's not progesterone. I had no idea that this and this. Tell them all the things you've learned from this education. Go on and on and on about all your ineptitudes before getting this education, because guess what? That's exactly where they are still. And if you talk about how you had everything all wrong and were about to make every mistake in the book and have a horrible future and have all kinds of problems, they'll be sitting there internally saying to themselves, oh my God, I don't know any more than she did. And that will drive them to get the education. just say, I had no idea about anything. You don't know what you don't know, and I didn't know anything. And I started watching these videos or listening to Menopause Taylor's podcast or reading what I realized I had everything wrong. I cannot believe I was so backward and uninformed about menopause. They will realize that they are too. But don't tell them what to do. That is unkind. That is not being a good friend. That is not your job. Hey, I'm a menopause expert and I don't tell women what to do. So if I don't tell them what to do, you shouldn't either. I tell them all their options. I tell them the pros and cons of all their options. I give them all the benefits and risks. I paint the picture. I do everything I need to do to help them make the decision themselves. But I don't ever, ever, ever tell a woman what to do. And so it's funny because I tell women, I say, look, I'm no help at all. I'm really pretty worthless because I don't answer your questions for you. I don't substitute my judgment for yours. And I don't expect you to manage your menopause my way. I expect you to do it your way with your value system and honoring your priorities. And there's many ways to do that. And you know what? Trial and error is a welcome thing. You get to try things and change things. You are not committed to anything just because it's the first thing you decided to try to do. The whole point is it's a journey for all of us. We all have to figure out what works for us. And we're all going to start in different places and we're probably going to all end in different places. But the bottom line is you don't have to answer to anybody. Just know what you want and find a way to get it. And you don't know what you want until you get an education. Because if you think you know what you want and you don't have an education, you are in big trouble. This idea of having an opinion before you have an education, it's completely backwards and it will get you into all kinds of trouble. So I invite you to go to menopausetailor.me. That's my website. I have all kinds of educational resources. That's all I have. I don't have anything but education. No product, no angle, nothing to coerce you with, no advertising, just pure education. And with pure education, you can get anything you want. You can do it any way you want, and you'll know what you're doing instead of just doing what someone told you to do. Okay? So menopausetailor.me is the place to go. Fun website. You can schedule a consultation with me. Consultations are very, very popular. I'm very busy with them. I just love them. And I promise you that will probably be one of the most beneficial, valuable things you ever, 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 ever do for yourself. I really wish I could do them with everybody because they'll change your life. I mean, a consultation will change your life for the better forever. So do give it some consideration. Do consider it. If you like reading fun articles, there's a lot of fun articles on my website also. I write all these fun, quirky articles about menopausal matters, and I make them all catchy and interesting and short and sweet, but you learn something and you don't forget it. My goal is to teach in a way that makes it entertaining and unforgettable, and that is what will happen if you go to my website and read articles, or if you go to my YouTube channel, which is Menopause Taylor, and watch YouTube videos. And whatever you do, however you choose to educate yourself, do it in order. Don't jump around in random fashion and expect to learn anything. You can't learn anything that way. You'll just mix your misinformation with the facts I give you, and then you'll really be confused. You'll make a huge mess of things. So don't sabotage your menopause education yourself, okay? All right, this is where I'm going to end. I will see you next time. And I thank you for coming this time. And this is Menopause Taylor signing off. Bye.